Most people believe the best part of a holiday is the destination. The beach, the pool, the hotel, the food. The feeling of finally arriving, putting your foot on the ground after getting off the airplane steps. And that all sounds convincing until you remember one crucial fact. None of those things is the moment the holiday actually becomes real. Because the real turning point is airport security. Airport security is not an inconvenience before the holiday, it is the exact moment the holiday begins. It creates anticipation, it removes uncertainty, it gives the journey structure, and it makes everything afterwards feel better. And once you examine the evidence properly, there is only one possible conclusion. Airport security is the best part of any holiday. This is the wrong takes. Case number 2. Now, airport security is the best part of a holiday. We have the correct evidence, but we're going to come to the wrong conclusions. The first piece of evidence is simple. Airport security gives the holiday a clear beginning, because before security, you are still in ordinary life. You are checking documents, dragging bags around, watching the time, making sure you are in the correct terminal, and quietly wondering whether you have forgotten something extremely important, such as your passport. You are not relaxing, you are managing logistics. But once you are through security, that phase is over. The documents have worked, your belongings have been accepted, you're in the correct place, and there is nowhere else you are supposed to be. You are no longer trying to get on holiday, you are on holiday. And that distinction matters. It does. It really does. And a holiday needs a recognisable starting point. And airport security, I kid you not, provides one better than anything else. Not when the plane takes off. Not when you arrive at the hotel. Not when you first see that beach with the sand. Security is the dividing line between normal life and holiday mode. It is the front door to the entire trip. The queue builds anticipation. People love complaining about the security queue, but the queue is not the flaw. The queue is build-up. Anticipation is one of the best parts of any major experience. Before a concert, for example, there is anticipation. Before a football game, there is anticipation. Before Christmas morning, there's anticipation of what presents you are going to arrive. As Santa had his whiskey that you left for him downstairs. And before a holiday, there is airport security. The queue gives you time to feel the trip becoming real. You are surrounded by passports, suitcases, departure boards, airport announcements, and people travelling to destinations all across the world. The atmosphere has changed. You are not at work. You are not at home. You are not running errands and chores and all that good stuff. A short queue may be efficient, but a reasonable queue gives the moment of significance because it creates that build-up, doesn't it? That tension, that suspense. And without it, you would simply walk from the airport entrance into a room filled with shops. So yes, efficient. Emotionally meaningful? Absolutely not. And look, we're going to take a look at Exhibit C here. It forces you to be present because airport security also does something increasingly rare. It forces you to pay attention. Yes, you must concentrate. But modern life is built around distraction. People answer emails while travelling. They're all looking at the phones while walking and continue thinking about work while supposedly going away to relax. Airport security does not allow that. You have to focus. Passport, bag, tray, liquids, laptop, pocket, belt, and in some areas, shoes. Your attention is completely fixed on the experience in front of you. And that is useful because the holiday mindset does not begin when you reach the resort. It begins when your normal routine is interrupted. Airport security breaks that routine. It pulls you out of autopilot and it forces you into that moment. And by the time you collect your belongings, ordinary life already feels slightly further away. And looking here at Exhibit D, relaxation does feel earned. One of the strongest arguments in favour of airport security is what comes immediately after it. Nothing feels better than sitting down departures or in a pub or a restaurant, wherever it is that you go to when security's finished. A coffee, that feels great. The breakfast feels better. Even the wildly overpriced airport drink or pint feels better. And why is that? Because it feels earned. It feels earned. The relaxation is always more satisfying when it follows effort. Sitting down after doing nothing is comfortable. Sitting down after navigating security feels like an achievement. You have completed the most structured part of the journey. There is now very little left to do except wait and board the plane. This is why the departure lounge feels so enjoyable. It is not because airport sandwiches are exceptional, because, well, they are definitely not, very overpriced, aren't they? But it is because security has created a sense of belief. You have reached the other side. The trip is underway. Your responsibilities have dramatically reduced, and airport security makes the relaxation afterwards feel more valuable. Exhibit E. It removes uncertainty. Now, before security, there are still unresolved questions. Have you packed everything correctly? Have you bought something you should not have? Have you remembered all of the essentials? Will there be any problems? But once you are through, most of that uncertainty disappears. You have been checked. Your belongings have been checked. The process has worked. You have been officially permitted to continue your journey. And that creates one of the most underrated feelings in travel. Relief. The destination may be more glamorous, but airport security removes the final major layer of doubt. And once that uncertainty disappears, enjoyment becomes much easier. Exhibit B, a shared experience. Airport security is also one of the few genuinely shared parts of travelling. Everyone goes through it, different ages, different budgets, different destinations, different reasons for travelling, but everyone enters the same basic process. Everyone waits. Everyone prepares their belongings. Everyone wants to pass through security smoothly. That creates, I suppose, kind of a strange feeling of like equality. You know, at the hotel, people separate into different rooms and different experiences. But on the plane, people divide into like cabins, aren't they, and seats, classes, especially on longer term trips. But airport security reminds everyone that they are travellers first. I mean, look, it is a shared ritual in a way, isn't it? In essence, it is a shared ritual. And rituals make experience feel more significant. Exhibit G, genuine sense of progress. Now, a large part of travelling is passive. You sit in a car, you wait at the gate, you sit on the plane, you wait for your luggage. Airport security is different. It gives you a clear sequence of progress. Join the queue, reach the trays, prepare your belongings, pass through the scanner, collect everything, enter departures, you name it. It is there. You have not simply waited, you have progressed. You have completed something, and airport security gives the journey a beginning, a challenge, and even a resolution. You know, that is far more memorable than sitting beside the gate, looking at your phone for 45 minutes whilst you wait to board your plane. Exhibit H. It makes everything afterwards feel better. This may be the strongest evidence of all. Airport security makes everything afterwards feel better. Once you're through, ordinary activities suddenly feel excited. Walking around departures feels exciting. Buying a drink feels exciting. Looking at the departure board for your plane feels exciting. Even sitting down doing absolutely nothing feels exciting. And why? Because security creates contrast. You know, you have moved from mild stress to near total freedom. Without airport security, the departure lounge would simply be a room filled with shops and chairs, with security behind you. It feels like a reward, as we've mentioned. So the final verdict, let's review the evidence. Now, airport security gives the holiday a clear beginning. It builds that anticipation. It forces you to be present. It makes relaxation feel earned. It removes uncertainty. It creates a shared experience, and it gives the journey structure. You know, the beach may be more comfortable. The hotel may be more luxurious. And the destination may be where the holiday takes place, but airport security is where it becomes real. It is not an obstacle before the fun begins. It is the gateway between ordinary life and the holiday. So yes, it does provide relief. It gives the journey meaning and improves everything that follows, which means there is only one reasonable conclusion. Airport security is the best part of any holiday. And look, that is not an opinion. It's not an opinion, it is simply the correct interpretation of the evidence. And that is case number 2 of why airport security is the best part of a holiday. Correct evidence, wrong conclusions. This was the wrong takes. Based on the evidence that we've handed out today, which way do you sway on this topic? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next one, bye for now.